Hi guys, and thanks for tuning into my video. I had a few people ask me to do some benchmarks on the X5 V6 Aorus gaming laptop. Now all I'm going to do here is run the FurMark and my core temperature application. I'm going to set my CPU to 4 gigahertz, and I'm going to set my fan to maximum, and I do have it plugged in. So let's go ahead first of all and open up this application. I'm going to go to CPU. My CPU is on 4 gigahertz. I'm going to go to my fan control, and I'm going to put it on normal, I guess gaming. Okay, now I'm going to go in here and run this FurMark. Open that up. That should be open. Okay, we're going to run the FurMark test, and I'm going to open up core temp, which is this little application, which is pretty cool. It gives you some of the settings. Now let's go ahead and bring this in a little better here. Get this so it's matched into the screen so you can see it. Okay, so we are going to run the GPU stress test. We'll get it here. Move a little so you can see it. Okay, there. Back that up a little. And we'll try to get this over here. So what this is doing is running a, you can see a graph on the bottom there. I'll get you to where the graph is so you can see. This is going to stress test the GPU of the computer. And down there is your, I don't know if you can see that right now. It's at 60 degrees. So it's running right now. Core temp is another application, and I'm going to put that right in there. And I'll bring that closer so you can see this right. Now in here, the core temp, when I'm running the FurMark, of course that's going to, put a lot of stress on it. You can hear the fan coming up now. That's about how loud it goes with gaming. Now, if you look in here, it's showing Core 0 at 60 degrees, Core 1 at 51, Core 2 at 54, Core 3 at 52. Now we're still running this, so the GPU, if we look at the GPU, we'll get back down here for the GPU, you can see is at 70 degrees. So I don't know how long you want to run this for, but if we look at the what this is letting us do, I'll try to get you there, show you what it's running. Tells you some of the stuff on there. Okay. Now I'm not a big tester, so I don't know much about it. You guys probably know a little bit more than me about it. But the gaming laptops are always going to run really fast. Now don't forget, we're running this at 4 gigahertz too. So, and it is running at 4 gigahertz. It says 3% limit, power 1, temp 0, volt 0. Core 1379, 74 degrees. And it's a GTX 1070, and it's throwing out thousands of frames. And it's actually a burn-in test it's doing a whole test. But if we look down here, we're at 75 degrees. What I'm just not going to run, I'm not going to run it forever, I'm going to run it for a little longer. It's already been running about, what's the time-wise on here, if I can see time, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Our core temp is at 67, well, from 0 to 3 cores, it's 67, 58, 68, 57. And the GPU is at 76, but FurMark really puts a friggin' a bear onto it. Now I could get some, I'm going to get some benchmarking software, and I'll throw it down here later on tonight, but this is just a down and dirty how I actually test my Asus too. I have an Asus G20 over here, right? That G20, you can see part of it. I use the same software, and that's got 1070 in it also. So right now we're looking at 77 degrees, and it's kind of leveling off. But the fan cooling is pretty good. That's really not that bad because I think I get about 85 on my Asus. We're up in there. So for a laptop running 77 degrees, that's not bad. And if you go back here to these, for the core temp, you're getting 69, 60, 60, 59, which are not bad either. And I'm getting a bunch of people texting me and stuff. But we'll let it run for a little longer and see what we end up with. It'll probably run out pretty good for temperature wise. I don't know, but yeah, it's got a pretty good fan, and I am in an air conditioned. It is air conditioned over here, so that's going to make a lot of difference. So it's running, and let's see where we are now. Running at 4 minutes and 34 seconds. It's at 79 degrees. Looks like it leveled out there. And our core temperatures are 71, 60, 71, and 60. So that's kind of what you're going to get out of the Acer. Get out of the Aorus X5 V6. I wanted to show you that, guys. Hopefully this helps you a little, but this is going to show you some of this, and that fan is running fast, but you can adjust that. So it does have a 4 gigahertz, it's overdriven up 4 gigahertz processor with 16 gig of RAM. Thanks a lot, guys, and tell me what you think of that. Is that the type of report you want?